One of my lift supports just, well, found my foot. So that feels lovely. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Right here, our 1970-ish Project Street Legal. Yes, this is hopefully going to be the odds and ends special, the 10% episode. The 10% of the work that still needs to be done, that's going to take about 90% of the time. But it's mildly easy-ish. Knock on fiberglass. Anywho's, what the plan is for this episode, obviously, is to finally get this thing on the road and see how terrible it is, and I have to probably do more work. Yep, because developments. But anywho's, plan is right now, well, we'll just go stem to, motor. What I'm planning on doing. Secure the front end, that has to go on. I got to remount tire, or put different tires on, do tires. The cockpit's going to be the bulk of the time because I got to get at least the driver's seat out because it's busted or something's going on with the bottom of it. But I also have to take it out to get harnesses in, or at least the center harness, because safety belts. It's only getting lap belts, but I mean, that's fine. And move backwards. Got to put a fuel pump in, put the bomb back down, where it's supposed to live, secure a battery, and tidy up this wiring. And I think that is it for right now. Oh, I have to do. I have to figure out the shifter. I got to put it in a bushing, which I think is in this box still. Yeah, put in a shifter bushing, and probably a reverse lockout plate because you can just slam it into reverse whenever the heck you feel like it. And judging by I can see everything, I don't think there's a lockout plate under there. So, yeah. Oof. Also, it's been really hot. I'm making excuses right now. And it's like 9:30 at night because it finally is in the 80s, right? I mean, I'm the thermometer. Yeah, we're 80 in the shop right now. I've been in triple digits all week, and I'm midweek. So, yeah, progress has not been great on this thing so far. And I need to deliver it. Fun. But, I guess I'll try to get you guys set up because first thing I'm going to do is pull that seat out and then we'll work around everything. Give me a little more, room for the old, bones to move around and flail some. Sounds like a plan. I'll be back. Oh, bones. All right, guys. Because, I think I said this, hardly any plan. I don't even think you could see me. So this is going well. Wander that way again. Oh, let's try that angle of the dangle. Maybe a little better, maybe a little worse. I don't know. Anywho's, try to get the seat out. The problem being is I don't know how it's installed. I do see two nuts up here, or a nut on this side. Just give me grippy. Click. And flashlight. Oh, well, let's wander some more. I'll be back. That's on that one. It's almost like a two-person project, but all I have is vice grips. Self-locking pliers, if you will. That, my arm won't fit in there. I can't see. This is off to a good start. Why is this even here? Only good news is everything is exposed on this car. As that light blinds me. Click. All right. Got vice grips there, vice grips there. Let me bump this car up and see if I can, you know, get those out if they're going to cooperate. Well, what size are you? Can I just see why you have a flat bottom? Those are pedals. How the hell's that on? Oh no. Don't tell. Okie dokie. I honestly didn't look under this car. Might have a problem. And I'm hoping we don't. Problem being, those bolts don't come out the bottom of this car. So, I'm hoping those are studded. Bigger. I have a 13. Easily accessible. Probably not. Tried to clean some stuff up. By that I mean I just threw it somewhere else. Yeah, I cannot see. Well, that's loosening. And the stud's not spinning. But anywho, currently the stud's not spinning. I'm gonna get these bolts out and then hope, or nuts, what have you, get these out and we'll pull the seat. I don't think you want to see me twisting a bolt for, you know, probably an ungodly amount of time. Anywho, I'll be back. All right. Oh, yeah, got these out. Why is the seat so stupid? Oh. Well, how do I fix that? The bracket on the backside's all jacked up. Good news, there's a huge ass access hole right here. Right there. So I'll get a bolt and put it in. Oh boy. Well, we know why that seat was wobbly. Well, we know why the seat was wobbly. How do I get this out? Yeah, it don't look the greatest. I'll bring in the bar behind these jammer. Ooh, the jammer pedals, or the jammer brakes are screwed up too. It's not a safety of drive issue. It's more melted stuff. I'll bring in and show you what I'm going on about. But the jammer pedal, or the jammer brakes, one collet is broken. The rest of they are leaking. So that's good. Okay. I got to think on that. I don't see it being an issue as long as they're holding, and well, if you're not using them, might end up. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with those yet. because they're busted. They'll probably go away. They'll probably end up going away. Maybe not this visit. Most likely not this visit. They're not needed. The current owner said he doesn't care about them, but I'll bring you in and show you what's going on there. Let's see if I can figure out how to get the shifter out. I'm hoping these are just threaded. And they seem to be. Unless I'm going to drop the nut out the bottom side, which would be not ideal. Nope, that started. Take that. Okay. It's upside down. It is. Nope, it's just worn to shit. All right. I was expecting, because I'm stuck. Bring in. Usually if you can go, first, second, third, fourth, or, you go from third to reverse, meaning second, the lockout plate's either upside down, wrong way, not working correctly, or so on and so forth. This one is spectacularly bent. So, I have a new one. We'll shove this in. Here, I could probably suck you in a little closer now that I got a little bit of activity room. I don't know if you'll be able to see still what I'm doing, but we can kumbaya a little closer. Grease. So, at least that's there. There's not enough play in here because of whatever custom they have going on back there. So this is also not needed, which is the bushing that goes into the retainer to hold this thing together. Plus, I couldn't get this thing out anyway because it's welded. And then I have two lock plates. I got one that goes to a bus, and then one that's for a Beetle. So, obviously the Beetle one's going to work. The shifter has seen better days, and it is drier than old. Well, it's just not. It's not. It hasn't seen love in a while. Good enough. Put this guy back on and see if we get our reverse back or smoother shifting. It's not going to be great right now because I still have to replace the thing in the back. I know that was scientific lingo, the coupler. Still does not feel good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2. Reverse. I mean, we have a lockout, so that's good. Down, over, reverse. And then 1, 2. All right, so shifter is at least in. Like I said, I'm going to recommend a different one. This is, not the best. Also not the worst. I'll just put some, because there is no bushing on the, again, on the shaft. It's literally, metal on metal contact, which I don't know if you guys know, there's a reason Volkswagen didn't do it and they put a rubber bushing in there. It's because it, wears. So, not my call, not my fight, just not what I would have done. Interesting enough, there's another shifter hole down here. Why are there two? It's literally a Yeah, shift box on a shift box. I'm just realizing that now. Maybe you put 2 on it for a bus transaxle rear end and 1 on it for a Beetle. I don't know. Again, I'll bring you in here. All right, next. Seat belts, I guess. I mean, I'll at least get the old ones out. How well are you in here? Because if I don't have to walk, I'm fine. Will you be my friend? Nope, everything's spinning. And I'm not going to double vice grip it because, well, that'd be ludicrous. All right, I'm going to let this soak for a bit. Push hard with your finger, and you can maybe see what size bolt that is. Probably a 10. I have an 8. Yes, it's bigger. All right, let's change out this coupler. It's going to be semi-simple. I might honestly switch to the GoPro and just kind of you in here. So give me a second. Let me find that thing, and we'll switch over to that. It might be a little bit better, more gooder to see what I have going on. Plus, I can throw it around a little bit more. You guys are just standing there watching me. It's a little nerve-wracking, not gonna lie, you know. Whew, it's like supervision. Yep. Oh, what's that, a harness bolt here? No, it's just a bolt. This thing had to have only been lap belt. I don't see any, I mean, maybe this is not a harness bolt. I mean, there's one there. It could have been for, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see another place to tie. Oh, that is 3-point? Or do they run 2 to the same spot? Maybe they ran both shoulders to the same location. I don't know. I don't like that. Like I said, we're only doing lap belts. They do come with harness, you know, full shoulder belt. I'll let the customer put them on if they want that. Hello. So, all right, let me get a wrench and GoPro, and we'll change out this coupler. Oi! All right, guys, terrible filming angle, but yeah, it's best I can get you in here. I was looking at that rear bush, the shifter bushing that I said I was going to replace. Not going to replace it. Simple fact is it's a urethane bushing right now, and I think a lot of the shift issues that were coming from it were the shifter itself. Just getting these belts out because I have 0 slop in this right now, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on. It seems that it was just, I don't know, locked up. So right now I'm just going to struggle to try to get the seatbelts out. Urgh, come on. What do we... Ooh, shh. What do we got? Oh, scratch that. I thought I ordered 4, I can't see. Thought I ordered 4-piece belts. They're 2-piece, so we're gonna have to use the shoulder harness provision. My bad. Yeah, I was actually hoping I can actually get to these bolts, so that's fine. I was hoping that they're a 4-piece, like I'm used to, but they seem to be 2-piece. 4 mount areas, just 2 straps. trying to get that center in is going to be a pain in the butt. Because I don't know if you were able to tell on the camera, I got limited room. Alright guys, did a few behind the scene things. I threw a wire in, rewired that. Mainly, I drilled and tapped the floor because it is 1/4 inch, so should be able to get away with just doing a drill and tap. Let me put some anti-seize on these actually. Oh. Brain fart. If I don't have to get under this car to run a nut, or to hold a nut, I'm not going to. So, unlike the rest of this car, this is actually tapped in metric. Because everything else is Home Depot. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's convenient. You run to Home Depot, you get standard bolts. The bad thing is, when all you have is metric, start to run into a bit of issues. That's an 8. That's a 10. Like I said, this pump is at least serviceable now, to the point where if it goes out, you can get to it. It's not living in the bowels of, you know, under stuff. All right, ground wire. I did make, come on. I did give it its own hole. Usually what I'll do is I'll just mount it ground underneath one of the bolts. But because I'm mounting the diamond plate, I want to make sure that we have a good ground. Also, it's aluminum. Come on. Install. There we go. And we'll zip tie these obviously for, you know, make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Am I going to do this? Run it up this way, then under the clutch line, and over this way. There we go. So on a decent point though, you know, zip tie too. And that throttle shaft is good. All right, let's see if I can swing back here and wire something. Or at least move you so I can show you things. Yeah, you can sort of see what I have going on. Stay. Like this. All right, if I pick stuff correctly, I can turn this key and that thing should whine. Boom. We got fuel pump. All right. Let me do some quick zip tying to, you know, stuffing things. Boop, 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 boop. Tie it up to there. Oh yeah, got to change out the starter wire. Come on. You guys are very inconvenient. I really don't know how YouTubers do. Where are you going? I'm also using my car mount, so it doesn't have a, I don't know, legs. I don't know what we're looking at. Anyways, I'm going to put a new starter wire on over in that area because this one's cut. I think it's a 13. They usually are. Come on. All right, guys, real quick. Power wire. It's connected now, and well, charge back or yeah, charge whatever the hell this one. This is main ignition or whatever. So that's connected. We have that new cable. Obviously, that's on. All these wires are. Well, this is what I was playing with back here. They're now connected. Fuel pump wire, like I said, still got to string that along and connect it where I need it to be. Next, let's get this bomb installed where it needs to go, because I do not have to, hopefully, be in here again. Like I said, the reason I didn't move it, I did unstrap it. Reason I haven't been, didn't put it in the driver's seat yet is because I need some range of motion, because I got to chuck it in. Let's get set up on the big camera, and you can probably see me struggle that way. It is severely hot. You might be able to tell by the old perspiration coming off the old face hole. I'm not a fan. But, all right. Slowly getting there. I think we got the bomb. Whew. What else? Seatbelt. It is moist. Bomb seatbelt. I still want to put the ignition coil up on the shroud. I like to get it out of the valley as much as possible. They put a filter on that. What else? Oh, owner did bring the springs, the centering springs. I got to put those on. Probably just do that off camera. Not a big deal. And clean up the wiring. So put, all my exposed harness stuff. Get that wrapped up. Zip tie stuff. Clean all this up. Put a plate on. We're coming to the home stretch. Oh, and tires over there. Got to mount those. I have them, just haven't. Yeah, like I said, we're doing odds and ends right now. It's a thing. So we get set up on the big cam, and we'll put the. I think I was way too close for that one. And we'll put the fuel tank in and run some lines. As with most things, some off-camera progress has been made. Mainly, what the hell I do? Oh, replumb the fuel lines. Nothing exciting. But I did want to do that because I am, like most things, going to try to run as much hard line where I need it. First. I think from tank to pump, it's just going to be soft. But the return trip to up here, we'll end up making it out of a hard line. So I need to bend this straight and start going 180. Back the other way. Under you, go to you. A little more on the 90 here. Just throw that anywhere. Start to realize how many expendables you go through, like fuel clamps. Oops. Because they do start to get really expensive after a while. You figure this car, crap, a little wet. You figure this car, all new injector clamps, stuff like that. I mean, we are, what? Each carb has one, the T has 3. Each thing I do here, I'm also using the wrong size hose. These are 5/16 pumps. but they fit fine. What? All right, let's struggle with the other side first. Nut washer, nuts washers. Oh, now I just got it all screwed up. Rotate. Well, we didn't plan this one. Washers, whatever, washers. I have a mess going on. Open! Nut. Good. What the hell size are those? In here. Ready, 13th? Yes. And what are the tops? The tops are standard. It was a half. I don't know why it seemed weird. I'm also using my weird wrench. Double check this guy. Oh yeah, we're tight, we're tight. All right, fuel system in. I'll tell you what, let me get some gas in this thing because all right, let me get some gas in this. The reason I say that is, believe it or not, this thing has not ran since, well, the last time it ran here. So, you got fuel? Well, I want the fuel, not the bag. So let's see what this thing, see if she'll crank up. I want to make sure the fuel pump primes. Obviously no leaks, plus it's easy to get to the tank right now. So I don't have a seat in here. Filling it with the thing at a gas station won't be that bad. All right, there's about like 2 gallons, maybe a gallon. I don't know. There's stuff just falling everywhere. There's fuel in there. All right, where's my squirt bottle? Test all the cylinders again. Like I said, this thing has not ran since the first video of it running. So I'm also want to make sure everything's working. So you figure we messed with a bunch of the electrical, or I did. Messed with the electrical. I'm gonna pull the air filters off, or at least the hats. Want to make sure it's not overpressurizing. Because just because Big China says it's supposed to be X amount of PSI, doesn't mean it is. But if they don't leak, we're leaving it. Pumps don't magically, you know, go from like 2 PSI to 3 million. All right, dry test. Key on. Oop. right, that's fuel. Pump's quiet. Nothing trickling. Seats are holding. Do we have fuel? Fuel in there. There we go. Getting fuel in this one. I don't know why we were delayed, but oh, so weird starting from the key. Fire it up. There she goes. Forgot how quiet this thing was. Still got a bit of a tick. It's not rocker. Sounds like a lifter. Steam. 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 We're hitting on all four. I don't know if that tapping's picking up. Sounds like a sticking lifter. Because it's dead center of the block. I don't know if I ever checked if this thing charges. $13.3. We're good on charge. All right. Awesome. So the good thing is I didn't screw up the wiring. Just got to clean it up now. But yeah, what would be next? We'll do driver's seat. Throw that in there. So I can sit down and see if this clutch works. Like I said, I'm going on the owner. He said that he did, whatever, yard drive it. With I'm gonna clean first, or clean some of this crap out of here first, and then we'll mount the driver's seat. But he said he yard drove it, so the clutch works. Does clutch things? I don't know. We're gonna find out together, I guess. But all right, let me clean this. Let me gather some tools, make this a little cleaner, more presentable. Not that I really care, because I mean, I know where stuff is, but well, I really need to find all my stuff. Don't throw the driver's seat in. I lost the fuel cap. Shoot. What do I do with it, guys? Probably have a spare. Just don't want to use a spare. Oh, there it is. I don't have a spare. Oh, I probably do. It's just funky. All right, I'll be back. Oh, Come on. All right, guys. Whew. Gonna struggle trying to get seatbelts in. Like I said, this side's not bad. I can, you know, well, whatever. Left side, not bad. I can get to it. The seat's a little loose. I already fixed the back bar. That was all screwed up. But now I got to figure out how to thread needles, basically. See, that will go like this. Yeah, if this was just, you know, the standard 4-point or 5-point, you know, crotch belt or whatever, you'd have 4 individual belts. I thought that's what I ordered. It apparently is not. So, yeah. My bad. All right, do I got hardware over there? Yes. I'm gonna try to get in from the other side and do stuff. Because this is, this might not be that bad. It's just everything in the way. Bolt. Seatbelt thing, come on. Do these go together? Yes. Because I'd rather figure out the outside than the inside. Oh, this one. Yes. I don't know, maybe I have the wrong nut. How the hell did I get this out? Ow! All right. Holy poop. That's it. Ugh. That took excessively a long time. Those feet get orientated that way. Whew. Drop the seat down. Driver's side seatbelt's in, or left side with the driver's side. Let's get this thing in. Is that aluminum? Fuel pump has a leak. Right out of the filter. Oh, good thing this tank has a petcock and it's serviceable. Imagine if this was over the trans where it's supposed to live, or was living. It'd be a pain in the butt to get to. But we're not going to stop doing what I was doing just because of some pesky fuel leak. We're going to try to get the seat on. There we go. I think the owner is looking for different seats. Just right now, these will work. As, what's this floor is metal, or steel. Ferrous, if you will. Just right now, he's not going to. Cost of getting these projects start to, you know, escalate pretty quickly. God dang it. Now let's put this back on. All right, try me to do something else more fun and exciting than bolting a seat down. Yeah, this whole seat's jacked up. It's tight, it's just tired. All the bushings, plastics, everything's just rattling around. Ideally, put the passenger side and the driver's side, but again, if the owner wants to do that, he's more than welcome to. Where I'm at with this is, you know, I have to make money. And charging an extra, you know, X amount of dollars, you know, $100, $150 to swap a seat around, starts to get pricey. Yes, I'm justifying why I'm not personally doing it, but I'm also justifying why it's not getting done. Because I do know the owner and he is quite handy, so if he did want to swap them out, and like I said, he's planning on putting maybe different seats in this thing anyway. So the big thing is, why spend the extra money on basically double the work? Trust me, if he says, hey, swap them, I'll swap them. I don't care. Yeah. They're tight. They're just all, it's the bushings. Hello, fat guy from Kentucky here. Developments have happened. I regret not changing out that shifter bushing now. Not because it's bad, but, well, notice that the shifter shaft itself, you know, where the bolt goes through into the bush, is pretty wore out. And I know this because I don't have gears. I have probably two. I don't know which two it has, but it has two. Might only be one, could only be reverse, but it's going forward and backward. Where's the light? See if I'll be able to show you guys what I got going on. Probably not. It's a terrible position and I gotta try to fix it now. All right. Yeah, you can sort of see the coupler. When I wiggle said shifter, that's how much play I have right now in the shaft, and it's not engaging the actual transmission. That is, sort of. But like I said, it's not engaging enough. There's a nut there. I'm hoping that's not a Hein, but there's a nut there. I'm hoping I can take this all apart and maybe put a weld in there and tighten this up, because that's not good. Like I said, it's not the bushing. The bushing's fine. It's the shaft itself. So, let me tear this out and I'll get back to you. I would, like I said, filming in here is becoming increasingly a pain in the butt now that the car is becoming more of a car. But I did do some, you know, off-camera stuff. Tighten up the wiring harness all the way around. I particularly don't like the way it looks just because you can't hide it, but I mean, it's gonna work fine. So, still gotta put the springs in the carbs and move the coil up top, but shifting first because direction, and do tires, obviously. Oh, and springs. We still got a bunch to do. Like I said, the last 10% takes a bit of time. So, let me try to figure this thing out. This was, I don't know, not foreseen, obviously. And the bad thing is, I'm not taking the seat out again because then I have to take the belts out. It's now a progress of being committed to, yeah, I'm gonna struggle and crawl in. So, I'll be back. If more developments happen or if I bust my ass, I'll let you know. All right, guys, got this dumb thing out. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the play in it, but there is a significant amount. It's hard to get left and rights, but it doesn't seem like that much, but you figure when it gets transferred onto a, you know, a line or that shaft, it's all compounding. It's terrible interest going on right now. So, clean it up. I also don't know what the hell this is. It's weird. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab my TIG, because softer weld, if you didn't know, build that up and punch it to get this fitting better. Because yeah, not a huge fan of this. Hopefully this will take care of the shifting and I'll get gears back, or at least all the gears. Like I said, these poly bushings, they're still good. Now I have them out, I'll just replace them, because why not? All right, I'll be right back. All right, welded, drilled, left-right motion, hardly any. Still got a little bit of slop up and down, but I can live with that. It's the side to side that tells the thing where to go. So let me get this installed, change out the other bushing on that side, and hopefully we can get gears, because you know that'd be nice. Again, only could be mad at myself for this one, because I could have tested it, kinda. Well, I mean, yeah, I thought everything was good. Seemed like it shifted. It wasn't. It was giving me false expectations of grandeur, for lack of better terms. So yeah. Also, sorry if there's any static or wind noise. I mean, it's warm. This is my second shirt, and you know, fans. I'll be back. All right, shifter installed. It moves. Oh. Thing runs. Let's see if we can run it through the gears. Oh, man. Oh, I do not fit in this thing. It's my childbearing hips and the steering wheel. Okay, this is, I am quite sausaged. When I go for a test drive, this is gonna suck. All right. All right, let's see what we got. First gear. Second gear. Third gear. Fourth gear. Brakes. Reverse. That's forward. No reverse. Reverse. There's reverse. All right. Something's still going on with the shifter mech. If I grab the rod, I can actually physically turn it and get it into reverse, but the shifter won't allow the slap over. I have another shifter. Gonna trade that out and see if that works or does anything more viable, more gooder. But yeah, I don't fit in this thing. This test drive's gonna suck. Oh, I was looking forward to it. I didn't realize fat guy doesn't fit. All right, I'll be back. Let me swap out a shifter. All right, as always, I know, developments happen. We're moving on to the rear. What happened was, well, I don't know, now that I got that tight, that shifter box that's in there, well, one of the nuts blew up. And by blew up, I mean it's the one I can't get to, and I can no longer thread a bolt down it. So with that said, wait on a riv nut tool to blow a new nut in, or you know, put a new nut in, because I can't get to it and everything's welded. So rather than, you know, cutting the whole box open, I'm just gonna riv nut a nut in. So we're moving back here to do shock bracing. When it rains, it snows. The shock is literally walking up. All right. Going up. Kind of why I want to put a brace on it. Not what you want. What I want is my jack. There it is. See if this works. Without, you know, rolling. It's gonna kick. It's gonna kick. It's kicking. Well, let's go sidewards. I don't know. Geometry. Just need to get the weight off the shock. There we go. All right, weight off the shock. I want that to be semi-level. It's going to be as level as I can get it. Which is fine. All right, next step. Who is calling me? Oh. Business never ends. It's a good thing. Anywho's, back to doing this. Just gonna scientifically put this here. I don't have a rhyme or reason, I'm just trying not to take off this damn tire. Also, I'm hoping this jack doesn't go anywhere. Anywho's, kind of aim it to where I think it should work. And mark. And mark. Give me a general area to destroy. Plan. I put it over here. You know what I did with it? I don't know what I did with it. Ah, crap. I had two of these. Did I take the phone call and lose it? Or do you guys are seriously probably just staring at it like, oh, it's over there. How am I this useless? Plate one, stay there. You don't fall. I'm dead serious. What the hell I do with it? Is it in front of my face? On this episode of I'm Losing My Mind, I literally just thought this was what I was looking for. Boop. Let's put this on the other side. There. Now I can lose that one. But there is a box section in there. All right. So we can't go any further backwards. Which, I mean, that's fine. All right, now let me do some art. Where's one of my white pens? All right, let me do some trimming and I'll be back for hopefully a quick fit. I have a box section in that axle that I didn't know about. I got lucky, at least on the rotor mounting. But yeah, this is hitting so it won't slide down, and I don't want to cut the frame, or I don't want to make that slot any further forward if I don't have to. Just enough to hold this. All it is to hold on the shock. It's nothing major, so I'll be right back. All right, quick cut. See how this works. Like I said, I just needed to kind of slide into where I want it to go. That is a super good trip hazard. Best hammer ever. Bolt. Slides in, slides out. Seems good. I have longer ones too, just in case. I might use the longer ones, to be honest with you. Yowza. I need to put a little bit of space on it because these are the shoulders, the shanks are a little bit too big, but they fit. Literally did it again. All right, let me burn this in and I'll be back. Should be pretty quick. I gotta fire up my compressor because I don't think I have air. Well, currently on. I'll bring it back. Let me get them burnt in and we'll stab it on. All right, everything is mocked up. I'll bring it in after I'm done like I did with the brake caliper, but everything's mocked up, it's in. Oh, bolt slides in and out fine. It looks all right. It does have a slight kick to it. Again, could I have made it straight if I took the wheel off? Most likely. Did I? No. So this will work. Let me burn it in and then coat it with some orange liquid powder coat and call this side done and just replicate it on the other side if this side works. Yeah, there's no reason it shouldn't. But developments. Couldn't see nothing. One of my batteries decided to eject. Auto darkening only works well when it auto darkens. This hood's old. I really need to get either a new one or just clean the glass. By that I mean get a new one. I'll be back. All right, that's on, that's welded. Just remember, tech tip, grinder and paint, make sure the welder you ain't. Try to get you in, but that's on. I don't know what I'm pointing at. I don't have my screen flip, but yeah, that's at least on there, it's welded. I gotta throw, like I said, boop, in. So at least that's brace on both sides now. Gotta throw paint on, but I gotta wait for that to dry. But let me do the other side. I'll bring you back when we go to connect this shock. Sounds like a plan. So far, not that bad. It's pretty simple. So one thing I did do is hopefully everything being apples and strawberries, I transferred, you can't see, that weird pattern onto this to hopefully be able to cut in about the same spot to just put it in. I did gang drill these, so the holes are located at the exact same spot, so therefore if the arms are built the same, this should drop in if I cut the same. Which I'm not going to because I guessed anyway. I'll be back. All right, this side's in. I ended up doing a little bit, it ended up being a little bit different because, fabrication. You don't see both sides at the same time. Well, I mean, you kind of can. Anywho's, let's get this thing mounted. Or try to. This is just not wanting to. Oh, is it the axles now? Figured it out. Button washer. Yeah, like I said, that side I'm not really a fan of the huge gap. I don't have a washer laying around somewhere. Any in here? Oh, let's get it back on the lift first. There we go. That's on the floor. Washer and the nut. Just bring spring in real quick. Whew. Supported now on both sides. Top, like I said, everything's now a tough nut, so it's not going to back out. And like I said, this side got a bit of a, oh, you can see it here. I got a gap. Not really a fan of it. Might go back and massage it a bit more. Maybe do a step over. Add, cut the plate, keep the plate where it is, but cut it down and basically put another plate next to it. Up, Z it. It's not gonna look pretty, but it's at least gonna be a little more functional because like I said, that's even below par for me. I'd rather look cobbled than not really caring, I guess. So, I'm gonna let that eat on me for a minute before I commit to pulling off this stupid tire to cut it off to redo it. But yeah, I'll readdress that. It's not the end of the world. It's simple enough. But yeah, suspension's at least on. All right, I guess let's do some tires. Whew. Yeah, because we're real close to sausaging my way into this car. So I can get the front end buttoned up. I also got to do, still got to move that ignition. Don't let me forget. I might leave it there for the test drive. I don't know yet. We're running out of time. But it has to be moved. Not really has to be, it just, I want it to be. Anyways, rambling. All right, guys, we're back here now. And I know, I tend to jump around a lot. The shifter is sorted out. I'll bring it in there and show you what we have, or what I have going on. It was a nightmare. I'm sorry, waiting on parts packages and just frustration. I didn't record, but I'll show you basically what we had going on. Nutshell is it came down to basically just putting in a new shifter. And by that, I don't mean a brand, like a stock shifter. I actually got so frustrated, I ordered just an empty. So yeah, now he has a empty shifter in this thing because I think I have a clip of it. Just I'll place the nut. I think I have a clip of it, but it just would not engage. I had some gears. Like I said, I'd have, I think I started out with all four, then tried to get reverse. Couldn't get reverse. So then we moved on to, found out that linkage rod was tired in the back. I'm trying to get the coil wire off. Found out the linkage rod in the back was tired. Welded that up, re-drilled it, put new bushings in, tried to adjust everything. Then I was able to, get reverse? And only 1 and 2 or something like that. I couldn't get all 4 gears. Turns out that I think that is, I'm actually pretty sure, I don't know where that linkage rod went. I'm pretty sure that is why that shift plate looked the way that it did. Is because it progressively had no reverse. And, just from whapping it over so long, it actually wore it down to where it actually worked. Because I haven't driven it. And like I said what the owner said was this is like hermetically sealed on here. So what the owner referred to me or told me is like it just goes in reverse whenever. So that's why we started with the lockout plate. Our lockout plate was doing its job at one point, or always, and just kept locking you out. So I'm looking for my 10. 38. I know I have one up here. There it is. So yeah, progressively, you know, whacking it over to the side eventually gave clearance, and then I guess the whoever built this car, that owner, the builder of it, just got used to it, like, you know, the 1-2 shift, because you could shift 1-2 without a lockout, and you can shift 3, downshift 3-2, but without a lockout. You just have to be mindful that you don't have a lockout when you do your downshifts, otherwise you find reverse. I've had plenty of cars that come in here with someone's messed with the plate and put it in upside down or backwards, usually backwards, so you get reverse on the 1-2 shift. But yeah, all I'm doing now is coil relocation. So I was gonna do it. I don't like when they live in the bowels of the engine. I like when they're up here. So let's relocate this. All right, guys, wiring is taken care of, and I also did a couple more odds and ends while I was doing it. So coil relocated up here, all, you know, integrated in, I guess, for lack of better terms. Fixed the shock mount. I just put a spacer in there to fix the gap. I also flipped the tires because I realized I had them on the wrong side, because they are directional. So yeah, other than I got to get a couple nuts and bolts for the front. Hold on. Yeah, for the front end, wait on tower bolts and then longer bolts for the bottom. This thing should be able to drive under its own power. Plus I got it clean. So yeah, I think let's see. Don't worry, I'll lose everything anyway. Oh, let me check transmission. Where am I? Let me check transmission real quick. See how that looks, because I know you wanted a service. So I'll do a fill and spill real quick, and then we'll put this thing on the ground and, well, move it back and forth. Because tomorrow, when the hardware comes in, like I said, I got bolts that have to go up here and then down here, because this is still just on. Hopefully when all that gets in, we'll be on the road. But let me do the transmission real quick. I'll be right back to you. We'll drop it on the ground and see at least if it goes forward, backwards, and everything else. Also, after I do that, I'll bring you in and show you the debauchery I had going on with the shifter. So I'll be right back. All right, trans fluid looked fine. I maybe dumped, I don't know, about a pint out and just retopped it. It's a little thinner, or it feels a little thinner than I'm used to for 8590, but it's not going to affect anything unless it's like, and it smells like gear lube, so it's not like oil or anything like that, or just, you know, someone put like 1030 in there. But anyway, what I was fighting with the shifter, get you in here, sort of. Ended up going with an empty, just because went through 2 shifters, and between adjusting them forward, backwards, leftwards, rightwards, playing with the shifter lockout plate, I could not get 4 forward and the 1 reverse. I could either get forward and backward, or sorry, first and second and reverse, or I can get 1, 2, 3, 4 and reverse. But no, all of them. So told the owner, bought him a shifter. That's on me. Just because I wasn't going to fight with it. They have a positive lockout, and they know where they should go. Part 2 of this story, or funness, you saw the Heim joint, or Heim-ish, the joint I ended up welding. Well, that nut that's down there, I don't know if you can even see it. I think I might have showed it, but the nut that holds this whole shooting match together, down there in front of the coupler. Yeah, trying to get that adjusted to where it needs to be is ridiculous. I pushed something, I don't know what I did. Boop. Okay, we just okay it. That's fine. Whoa. Everything ridiculous. I somehow hit an exposure setting. I am not a scientist, Anyway, sorry for the lighting. Shoot. Oh, let me try to fix this because it looks really bad. And I'll be right back. Okay, that looks better. Anyways. Okay, that looks better. Anyways. Yeah, my knuckle hit the screen and changed the exposure setting. I thought it was automatic. Apparently it's not. I don't know. Anyway, getting that to be adjusted in to where it only had reverse was a pain in the butt. So, or not only had reverse, but had reverse. Yeah, it was, not gonna lie, about 3 hours of playing around with it, trying to go forward, backwards, you know, left and right, holding my teeth in the right position, so on and so forth. All right, I don't know how much fuel we have. What is all over it? The wife did CVs or something. What did she do? Idle her arm in her truck, and well, she got grease all over this damn gas can. Thanks, honey. Anyway, I'm gonna dump some fuel in here because I don't have a gas gauge and I don't know how much is in here, so we'll put a good amount. All right, doobly doos are tightened. Now the banging is just hitting the you know, the hard stops under. So, oh, can't do anything about that one. All right. This front end's gonna push. I almost guarantee it. It's light and there's zero suspension. Might have to go with something else. I don't fit. Laugh now. And I'm not even trying to be funny. All right, that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then reverse is somewhere around there. All right. Blinker, blinker, headlights, high beams. First gear. We got first. Oh, baby, we got reverse. Chugga lugga lugga lugga. Second gear. Brake lights are working. Third. Third gear. And fourth gear. Definitely fourth. I have a clicking. I don't know, but she works. Power steering works. Power steering's still terrible, but it feels like it's coming around. It's a lot easier. I don't know, it feels easier than it was. Oh, it does, okay. I consider that a success. Yeah, power steering is coming around. And by that, I mean, it doesn't have like a flow check valve in it. So it's variable off of engine speed, which, I mean, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Because the faster you go, the faster steering is going to be. Usually, like modern cars, especially BMs, power steering basically turns off when you're driving. It tries to keep a consistent road feel. Like my Oldsmobile over there, I think it has a shuttle valve in it or something, you know, a flow rate valve, because I mean, it's just over boosted like crazy. So maybe it doesn't, and it's just super over boosted. I mean, that's just factory GM. But yeah, this is all derived off of the power steering pump and the speed. So, all right. Gonna clean up my mess. What do we got? Not brake fluid. I don't know what the hell that is. Condensation, water. Not sure. Yeah, I got a couple drips on the ground. There. Not sure what they are. Doesn't taste like brake fluid. Doesn't feel like brake fluid. Might just be condensation out of the pipe. But all right. Tomorrow, like I said, I gotta get the hardware for the nose. It's got a sort of plate on the back, and yeah, go drive around. It's probably gonna be a mildly short test drive, because I don't know if you noticed, I don't fit. I also got to figure out how to put a camera in a car with no windshield. Windshield's a completely different story, thing, just because I can't find a glass shop. I think I said that. So, owner's going to take that onto his behest, as far as I know. Oh, I got the hiccups now. But anyway, hopefully, join me in the afternoon. I'll figure a place to put a GoPro, and yeah, we'll be on the way. It's been a long time coming. Lived with this car for a little too long, and a lot of it's parts issues, so on and so forth. And you know, like I think I said it before, when you get stuff like this, and they don't come with instruction books, so you really have to go on everything you kind of know. I mean, you got to figure a bus transaxle section, got an itch, bus transaxle. Whatever, 68 or 67, 68 ball joint front end, you know, or newer, give or take. Rear end, no idea. Engine's out of, I didn't even look. It's a new engine, scat block, so I can't even tell you what that was out of. So, I have to mention the electrical harness and how all this thing was built. So, it takes a bit of, takes a bit of, you know, going around things and thinking to figure out what the heck is going on to get it going. But she's hopefully back on the road tomorrow. At least that's the plan. Yeah, I'm gonna clean up a mess on this thing because my scaffolding is leaving. So yeah, I might also put rubber under that fuel pump while I think about it. It's loud. Again, not a fan of that. That was a B. Outstanding. Anywho, join me for the test drive. Hopefully, unless developments. We'll find out. Oh boy. I don't fit. Anywho, tilt you guys up a little bit. All right, great, awesome phone. Delightful. It's not like I'm going to hear you when I'm driving anyway. It's like, you know, Anywho, all right, this is going to be a quick, if I can help it, test drive. Mainly because, A, I don't fit. My childbirthing hips do not fit in the seat really at all. Just because of the pedals. They're so far forward that my hips are actually on the bolsters. Not really ideal. So mainly I want to get this thing on the road. Make sure there's no, major squeaks, rattles. Nothing's going to fall off of it. A few things we know. The back's going to clunk. I'm wondering what the front's going to do as far as if it's going to have vibration or it's going to maintain. Death wobble wise. Other than that, yeah, basically quick test drive. I really can't put miles on this thing just because this is sitting here is very uncomfortable as it is. So, all right. Oh, she lights right off. All righty. Join me on the road, possibly. There's reverse. I also got no mirrors. This is going to be fun. I was looking forward to driving this until I realized I didn't fit. Complaining over. Lost my hat. Going well already. I'll say one thing I don't like already. The steering's all over the place. I think I mentioned it. There's no front sway bar, so it's just doing whatever it wants to do. And this power steering ain't helping me. All right, the engine's running good. Which is a good thing. Oh, I'm going to have to go on my back. She is torquey. We're going back to the shop. Transit's still weird. I'm heading back to the shop. This thing's sketch. Gonna have to go over with the owner. It's below my liking. All right. Ooh, shush. All right. This thing is super sketchy. I wish I had the camera mounted behind me. I don't know how well the thing picks up, but man, freaking sawing at this thing. It's let me move that. Oh, shut up, phone. It's all over the place. I do not like it. Definitely has power. The engine runs great. Like I did a quick lap. Wasn't going anywhere too far with this. And I drive sketchy stuff when everything's just kind of weeble wobbling. I'm not a fan. Yeah, it's the front end's tight. It's not like stuff's moving. It's just, because trust me, I was watching. Everything's tight up there. It's just super darty. I have no idea why. Only thing I can think of is because this. Oh, sorry. Only thing I can think of is because the front end sits so high. What would that be doing? Would that be giving me positive caster? That'd be the only thing I can think of is this thing's because those coilovers are just. I mean, it's on the rubber, the stops. So the only thing I can think of is just with the articulations giving positive caster, which equals darty as hell. The nose really needs to squat down. All right, guys, big cam. I took off, well, just took the nuts off and popped the shocks off because this thing, its original ride height was, well, put it this way, I popped the shocks off and it didn't go down. So we have a definitely a ride height, I would say, issue. Because this thing does not have any suspension give. Yay, it's raining. All right. That. We're about an inch down right now with no shocks or no coilover. And it should squat more. Oh yeah. Yeah, that dropped us about 2 inches. So, yeah, because of the rain, this screws me up. Man, I really need not the rain because I'll take it out again. And I don't want to get caught in it. But all right, yeah. Let me get some shocks in order. I'm going to put shocks on. I think it's messing with the caster setting by being all the way at its bump stop, or all the way up. It's not giving any articulation. Check the alignment. Alignment's fine. Everything's good. It's just all over the place. And even made a mention. Well, it doesn't have a sway bar, but that's not going to affect this kind of steering. So, all right. Join me with a new answer on, well, shocks. All right, guys, got shocks. Ugh. Just for rough reference, we are about 9, I don't know, 9.5, we'll call it, at the beam currently. That's about where I want it to sit, hopefully, or close to it with the shocks on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jack this thing up and see roughly where this thing sits with the shocks that were on it. And you'll see whenever it gets weight put back on it, she's just gonna not move. The jack will come down, but the car won't. Because like I said, there's zero suspension in the front. There we go. That was easy. Both of them slot. Okay. They both slotted in. Gonna let the jack down, and most likely the car ain't going anywhere. And I lied, it moved a bit. All right, like I said, we were 9.5 with No suspension. We are sitting, what's that, 11? 11 and a half. So yeah, so 9, 2 inches. This gives us, these shocks give us a 2-inch lift kit. I'm hoping, like I said, talk to the owner, and hence, well, why new shocks are here. Talk to the owner. He said that, because he put them on, he said that they were what was on the vehicle, so he just bought what was on the vehicle anyway, which, I mean, that's fine. Problem is, these shocks come in multiple heights. So you have your, say, factory ones that go for Volkswagen, like Beetles and stuff, which are smaller or lower. I thought I had a set, but I don't. Other good news is, I was waiting on these nuts for these tops because they're a stupid thread. And, well, the Master Pros are standard thread. So, yeah, that's a thing. All right, guys, a few things. Suspension on, I still got to attach the lower nuts, but this is not a big deal. It's more or less thinking how I can secure the top towers to the nose because, well, the studs don't come through anymore. Well, I said to myself, you have riv nuts. If you don't know what riv nuts are, you drill a hole, you put it in, and then you have a tool, squish it. So these are it's a squished riv nut right now, but it'll give me the depth that I need. So what I'll do is I'll TIG, I don't know, a bolt on or a nut on top of this thing so I can actually run this down and have a recess nut. I just got to punch those a little bigger to accept this. So that's at least a quick solution. But yeah, they'll excuse me, they'll pop into where those go, and I'll be able to actually run them down. All right, back to what we were doing. What do we do? Are we going to lower? Are we going to be at what were we, 9.5-ish, give or take, from 11.5? Okay, that looks promising. It didn't go anywhere. Mainly because weight has been put on it. Oh yeah, we're down. And look at that. We have some rebound. That's good. All right, where are we sitting? About 9 3/4-ish. So 1/4 inch higher without any suspension or without anything. And it actually articulates now. Versus before, I think hopefully I have a clip of it. Jumping on this thing, it wouldn't even frickin' move. So I'm hoping this fixed whatever weird handling this thing had. It almost looks like my, no, they're even. I thought maybe the torsions were sliding around, also giving me weird handling. But all right, when you put the bottoms on, I'll zip those, make some riv nut holders or get those things. I'll bring you in and show you what's going on. And then hopefully we'll take it out again and be less sketch. Like, all right, guys. Woo, where are you going? Watch your feet. Anywho's, not the, hands, hello. All right, one at a time. Try this again. What was that? Not the prettiest, but there is a M13 on top, or M8 by 1.25, 13 millimeter, and I just, ran. You probably can't see it. Take them together. Punch the tops out a little bit. Grab a 13. Let's see if this fits. It should. It does. All right, just punch the centers out more. Let's see. One looked like they fit better. I think that one. I don't know. I should have maybe precisely measured some things before I went all, about doing this, but I didn't. There, that's down. Just aligned. And that's down. There, front end's on. Whew, what else? Everything should be tight. Yeah, I guess in the morning, we'll see if lowering the suspension by, 2 inches, give or take, help the, it's gonna kill me. Pretty much, yeah, dartiness. Put my alignment plates on, just double check. But like I said, apparently this car was driven like it is. So either the old owner, like I said, had bigger huevos than I do, or something's out of whack. And I'm not sure what. So join me, I guess, in the morning for another harrowing test drive. Plan. All right, guys. It's another day. I spared you from me getting into this thing. Let's see if lowering the front end helped anything. I don't know where you guys are pointing either. It's terrible. I was going to set up another GoPro behind me to shine forward, but you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. I know this is going to fly off too, so it's kind of useless. I really don't want to drive this again. All right, let's see what happens. Just a refresher, I threw new shocks on, so that did lower the front end and gave it some suspension travel. And went through and made sure everything was tight. Nothing was loose or nothing was like, oh no, falling apart. So yeah, it has to be down, and I didn't touch the alignment yet. So it has to be down to the, I'm hoping, ride height of this thing. Because like I said, the alignment looks good. I mean, it is slightly towed out, but slightly towed out is better than slightly towed in. Towed out usually doesn't transfer over to just crazy steering. And I don't know how the video showed, but if you see me sawing at the wheel, it's because I was going in a straight line most of the time. All right, let's see this cold start. Got some heat in this and I won't go out. All right, I'll say immediately, it is within the first, 50 feet. It doesn't feel like it's gonna kill me. But with that said, I'm going to have to, I think I'm gonna disable that belt.
Where you get?
Hello,
Where you get that at?
customers. She's running good. Another light. It's hard to talk because I know I got wind noise. Gonna check oil. I had the light flash at me. I think a lot of the play I have going on right now is just the steering wheel between the box. All right, yeah, I put my hat back on. A lot better than last go. Still got a weird tick back there. I don't know what it was. But it's under acceleration. I don't know if it's, I'm not sure. It's getting better, but I can't find anything loose. Transaxle was loose. I did tighten it. But anywho, driving. On the road feels much more stable. Might need a sway bar. But I know the speedometer. I saw it worked, and it's put back together. I could have sworn I tested it, but I was looked down and I didn't have a speedometer. So, might have pooped out. Yeah, now it did a sweep. I don't know. I ran the cable. It did work. So I don't know. Haven't touched anything else. But anyway, it does get up and go. My problem is, hold on. I'm trying to get you guys. Get over here. Come here, please. All right. The problem I think I'm mainly having with the steering right now is when the wheels want to turn or bump, I have all this play in this, and if you can tell, it's not trying to get both in. This isn't even moving the shaft. I mean, it sort of is, but it's excessive on the shaft, or not. Wheel versus shaft play is excessive. So, yeah, from there to there is where I actually get lock. So there is nothing moving the shaft from here to here. So what that means is the wheels are able to, bounce around, and when you try to say correct, if you ever driven, GM steering, and get like a bump steer or something like that, what happens is you tend to overcompensate, so you get a bit of a swerve induced. But with that said, the alignment feels fine. It's not, nothing is due to that. I almost guarantee. A lot's within the steering shaft, but without knowing exactly what it is, like brand and so on and so forth, I don't mess around with these. But that hub's probably wore out. The splines look good on this. I can't see crap. I don't know why I have my glasses on still. The hub looks fine. But yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, there was an excessive amount of play in this. I almost want to put 2 vice grips on and see if it handles better. I'm not going to, only because we're going to be on a public road. But yeah, I had the oil light come on at me at one of the turns. Double check the oil. We got to change it anyway, but I'll double check the oil. That was weird, because I just happened to be turning and looked down and saw beep on, and then went away, and then it didn't come on since. So I'm not sure. Could be starving a little bit because the engine is on a decent rake. But anyway, this car that never wants to leave. I'll double check. I'll check the alignment, but it's not. I can tell you 100%. The steering's not in the alignment. It's within this. I might disconnect the power steering. I know me and the owner talked about that. See what happens. The problem is, it is very much a pain in the butt to drive without it. So let me do some thinking. Because if getting rid of overboosted power steering works, we'll be on track for something good, I guess. So, all right. Join me for the next conclusion, maybe another test drive. I don't know yet. I'll be back. All right. This is going to be the last test drive. I took the belt off. Checked the oil. Oil is fine. I guess the sender Might have had a weird glitch into it. So take that back. I did add about, I don't know, half a quart. Shouldn't be enough to trip the sensor. But anyway, check the oil for that. Took the power steering pump off. I'm going to see if maybe it's more manageable without it. Like I said, it is Armstrong and a half steering without that pump on from a dead stop. And also it's not going to help the wear on this. But you know what? If it feels less sketch going down the road, we'll be good there. And then we can maybe address getting rid of this power steering box and just going the direct. Because right now that is an issue. So try this again. Now I don't have a oil pressure light. Does the sender come off? The wire poop out? Well, the sensor's acting up. All right, let's try this again. Oh, now it worked. Whatever. Might have been stuck. Let's see if I can even manhandle this thing without power steering. Oh yeah, nope. Nope, you can't even steer it. I'm not even joking. Yeah, not even joking. The same feel that it is Armstrong here is the exact same with it not attached. The movement of the wheels of the vehicle rolling. Typically, non-power steering cars, it gets easier when you start motion. This, it keeps the same feel regardless. All right, so a lot has to do with this, and then that. There's just slop all in this system. I think I showed this, but I'll show it again. This is what I'm fighting. I got movement in the wheel, and the column doesn't move. Then the column moves, so you got all this movement to then move the column, and then now all that movement is transpiring to zero tire action. And then there is tire action. I have that much play before the tires want to even do anything. So it's going to be a constant battle of trying to get steering on this thing. With that said, I'm going to have to call the owner and see what's going on, what he wants to do, because it's drivable. Don't get me wrong. Getting old. There's nothing wrong with the drivability. But yeah, the slop is, you got all the slop here, and it's barely transferring into there. So, and yeah, again, that's another, spin point. I don't know, I could delete this power steering. But I don't think I have any rod to actually do it currently. Oh boy. All right. Join me on the big cam with, like I said, I'm going to call the owner, see what he wants to do. It's, runs, drives. It's less sketch than it was. Would I be driving it 200 miles an hour? No. But as far as that goes, Would I take it, driving around the street and stuff like that? Yeah. Also, this car used to sit lower. Just noticed this. Well, the rear did. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but see, I have an even wear pattern, dirt on the rear tire, and nothing on the side. This side, if you look, is actually camber worn. Square edge, hardly any tread. It's actually on the wear line. So that's telling me the tire is riding level now, and it's not as low as it was. So those rear spring shocks that are on there are actually lifting the rear end some as well. But all right, let me make some phone calls, see what's going on. It's either going to need a delete, or maybe he'll like to drive it the way it is. I'm not sure. Like I said, it is manageable for city or like city driving. Could just be something you got to get used to. I don't know. I didn't build the car, but I think the step would be bring it back, and we'll delete the power steering and see where that gets us, because there's just multiple. It's just multiplying the slop. I guess is what I'm getting at. So, all right, you'll probably join me in the big cam to wrap up this episode, because the car is done. I have to fix the valve cover. It's leaking. But the car is done. It's ready to go. Like I said, the steering is just something that either the owner might like it or doesn't mind it, or it's going to have to come back in a future episode so that we can eliminate and fix it. It's not that hard. I just don't have the materials, and I also have more people that need to come in, obviously. I need room. But, all right, join me in the big cam. All right, guys, going to cap off this. This is the final episode, as far as I know, of Project Street Legal. It's done. Headlights, taillights, blinkers, running lights, turn signals. The wiper motor does work. We don't have a windshield. The owner is going to take it without the windshield. He said he's going to try to get one. If not, I might have an option, but it's going to be about 3 weeks, give or take, for me to possibly get glass for this thing. Hindsight, it used to never be that much of a pain in the butt to get glass cut, but apparently rules have changed since the last time I've got stuff done. I don't know. Your state could be different as far as your glass shops might be more willing to work with you. Louisville, they are not. Anywho, digressing and regressing. Seatbelts, engine runs. I fixed the valve cover leak, oil leak. It was just the gasket, it rolled itself in. Not a big deal. Fluids topped off, and second oil change on this thing. Sorry I didn't bring it in, but it's on the second oil change. Yeah, it runs, it drives, it shifts. Everything is working good. I know once he gets more miles on this, it's probably going to be working better. Basically, waking up from hibernation. The only thing I have to do is isolate this fuel pump, put an isolator under it, because it is loud. Just right on the floor. But runs good, fires up, idles, all the cylinders are hitting. Gen lights on, gen lights off. But the reason actually, other than being awesome and starting this thing, well, I was trying to show in the GoPro, my hand's locked. Currently the steering shaft isn't moving. Now I'm engaging the steering shaft. Now I'm engaging the wheels. There's about 2.5 inches of there's about 2.5 inches of movement between this to actually actuating the wheels. The owner is going to take this as it is. If you're aware of it, it's not going to kill you. But you have, when you get bumps here, that 2 inches multiplies to 4 to 5 when you're trying to catch the wheel, which then turns into, overcompensation. It's not bad now. Once the front end got lowered, it actually works a lot better. But told him the power steering pump box needs to be a rebuild because there's so much slop in that. The quick coupler's loose, just slop in that. But what he's said he's going to do is he's just going to probably eliminate the power steering altogether. It's a novelty. It's good. But the problem is I have the footage. I was going to try to drive it without the pump and see if that maybe helps with, lessening. But if the pump ain't spinning, the hard, and I'm not even joking, the hard steering that you have goes right back. If you ever driven a forklift or try to turn a forklift without the engine running, that's how it is. That's exactly how the steering is. It is terrible. So he's going to probably eliminate that and just straight shaft it right to the rack, because the rack has almost no slop and it has maybe a 16th, maybe a little more, which is fine. And once you put it all together, it'll be fine. But with that said, Project Street Legal's over. Hopefully he gets to enjoy it. It may come back to the channel for what, I don't know yet, but it could. But anyway, if you like this episode, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you, we will chit chat. As always, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.